Hi guys, Jen here, and this is little Max's 1 week update. So here's the little guy now. He's just had a feed. Say hello. As you can see, it actually shows up more on the camera. He's got some stalk marks, just some redness. That's his hair. He looks much like the girls when they were born, but but he does not have as much hair. He's doing these little smiles. You see the little smiles? So I've got a lot of videos to film and catch you up on everything. So he was about 3.7 kilos. He's the biggest of all my babies, and his head was a whopping 37 centimeters round. So that is pretty insane too, because the girls were I think 33 and 34 centimeters, and he was 53 centimeters long. So we found naming a boy really hard. And we thought about it pretty much all day. Hubby has no time off work, so we had this name in our head, but we just hadn't confirmed it. We had one boy's name, one girl's name, but yeah, I think Max really suits him, so that's his name. And unfortunately, after birth, he was with us after birth. He came out a lot more bluer than the girls did, and as you can see, he's just down here having a roll around. And yeah, he was a bit more blue, and he struggled to breathe for longer than just a few minutes after birth. Like, he was like very gurgly, and it did sound like he had a lot of fluid on his lungs, and that lasted about an hour. No one intervened, like the midwives didn't intervene and take him away or anything like that, but I just noted in myself that that was quite a long time. Anyway, so we planned to leave that day because hubby really couldn't take any longer than the day off work, and we didn't have anyone to look after the girls for more than really the day. So on the pediatrician check, when we were trying to get discharged, it was noted that he, can't remember the medical terms they used, but his breathing rate was really fast, and the level was I think 80 to 110, and a normal newborn's breathing rate should be 40 to 60 breaths per minute. Anyway, so it was quite high, and I felt bad because I actually hadn't noticed that over the course of the day. And when their breathing rate's a bit faster, they can get that head bob where they're like, and that can show that they're struggling too. Anyway, so they said we need to go to special care nursery, which is always a shock. We went across to there, and they took blood. They put an IV thing in, which it's really sad to see, but what they do to help them, you know, not feel the pain is give them a little bit of sugar or glucose on a glove and feed it in, like medical glucose or whatever. And they let them suck sugar off your finger, and apparently that's better than any other pain relief. So that's something I didn't know. So he didn't squirm at all when he had the IV put in, and they wrapped it up and stuff so it didn't get knocked. And they took blood. They took a chest x-ray. His chest x-ray looked pretty bad. It looked like, I had a look at it too, it looked a bit pneumonia-like is what they said even. So, and he seemed not so bad to me, which makes me feel bad as a mum. Like, I didn't have any instincts that something was even wrong. So anyway, we had to stay at least for a few days while he was given the antibiotics every 12 hours, I think. And there was a couple of different antibiotics. So he was given those antibiotics through the IV, and pretty much just closely monitored during that time. Yeah, and he continued to, like, his breathing rate started to come down over the couple of days. So it came down to, it was still the high end of normal, around 60 breaths per minute. But, and he had a chest x-ray on the day he left, and that was all, that wasn't all clear. It was still very sketchy or streaky, whatever they said. but the only explanation they have, because the blood cultures came back normal and the it didn't seem like there was an infection, like the white cell count was not too out of the ordinary. They can only suspect that sometimes some babies come out too fast and they don't get squeezed enough to get the fluid out of their lungs. That was the basic rough explanation that I was given, and that he should continue to be okay and improve by himself. He seems okay, but as I said, I didn't think anything was super wrong with him to begin with. I didn't notice the fast breathing. So I think if he was going to go downhill, he would have already. So I'll just keep an eye on that, and yeah, hopefully he goes alright. Okay, feeding and sleeping. I think I breastfed only from the breast for the whole of first day or so. And then I started introducing some formula while we were in special care nursery, and even yesterday I was sort of, sometimes I latch him on, sometimes I'm expressing, but brings me to my next point. His sleeping is horrible. Compared to Alexandra, my second child. His sleeping is more like my first child's sleeping, like you're getting 20-40 minutes here and there. He'll fall asleep during a feed, won't stay asleep, wants to cry, but because I'm mainly bottle feeding him either breast milk or formula, I can't just keep feeding him every hour like he wants, because it's upsetting his tummy. So yeah, stretching him out is a bit difficult. I have been mentioned if I want to like use a dummy, but I really don't want to use a dummy or go down that path. The girls never accepted a dummy, and I just don't want to introduce a dummy if I can help it. But yeah, apart from that, his little cord stump is still on there, and I don't know, it must be getting close to coming off. I'm pretty sure with the girls, their cord stump fell off closer to the 2-week mark. I know they say it comes off around a week, but pretty sure it was closer to the 2-week mark for both of them. Yeah, and apart from that, he has a sweet little newborn cry. He seems to have a very sweet, gentle personality, like Alexandra as a baby. Zoe was a very screamy baby. Her screams would get right into your ear. But yeah, I think I will leave it there for his first week update. That is a rough sort of what went on. I found it really hard. That's pretty much why I was offline. I really wasn't on Facebook, YouTube, any of that sort of stuff. I was just sort of concentrating on him and trying to cope myself. I went into labour, and those first few days really sleep deprived, and I just wasn't coping at all. I do worry. I have had postnatal depression with my first, and I really was starting to head down that path. So yeah, it's just something I want to keep an eye on. This update's getting a bit long, I guess, because I'm talking about what's gone on with him solely. So I think I'll leave it there, and I'll do a different video for my first week postpartum update. Okay guys, see you later. Hey, baby. So it's little man now.